welcome back. Let's finish this off strong as we continue to find the perimeter of composite figures. It's the same exact process that we've gone through, and we're just going to use a little bit of information to help us find numbers that we need to calculate the perimeter of these composite figures. So going right into example number 8, let's take a look at what we do have. So I'm looking at this figure, and I see that we do have this 3, that 3. I have a 5 here, a 3, another 3, and I do know that this opposite side here is going to be 5. So I'm going to add all those together. 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5, and that gives me a total of 22 to start with. Now I notice I have 2 semicircles. Well, logic would tell me if I have 2 half circles and I put those half circles together, that I would have a complete circle. And how do I find the distance around a circle? That's right, circumference. And circumference is equal to pi times the diameter. So now we have to find the diameter. It's not obvious. We have to be smart. We have to say, hey, what is this distance right here, the diameter? And the way to get that is it says, hey, right here to right here is a total of 15. And I can say that I can subtract that 3 and that 3. So 15 minus 6 would give me 9. So that means the diameter has to be 9. So that's how I use information to find values that I need to calculate what I'm looking for. In this particular case, the diameter, so I can find the circumference. So I know that I have 3.14 times the diameter of 9. Now I'm not going to divide by 2. Why? Because I have a half circle here and a half circle there. When I put them together, I have a full circle. So I need the full distance around the circle. So 3.14 times 9 gives me 28.26. Of course, I take that and I add it in here. And when I add those two together, I get 50.26. And I have millimeters as my units. There's my answer to the perimeter of that one. Let's go to this one. Figuring out what we know. Well, they give us a 5, they give us a 7, and they give us an 8. This 8 goes from right here to right there. So 5 plus 7 plus 8. 5 plus 7 plus 8. And I also know this one here. Oh, if this is 8, then this also has one mark. That is 8. So I can add another 8. And when I add all those together, I do get 28. And of course, that's all the sides except for the semicircular side that we need to find. And to do that, we got to find again the diameter. And of course, that diameter is going to be 8 because it's right across. So I'm going to use my circumference equals pi times diameter, and I only want half this time, so I'm going to divide it by 2 again. So I have 3.14, and I'm going to multiply that by 8, and I'm going to divide that by 2, and of course we all know that I can simplify that out to 4, and we've done that before, and that's 12.56. I'm going to take that and add it over here, plus 12.56, and I get a total of 40.56, my units, centimeters, as my perimeter around that composite figure. Let's take a look at another one, because I like this one. I like this one a lot because I'm really going to point some things out. Let's talk about what we do know. We know that this side is 30. We know that this side is 15. And now you're probably looking and saying, well, I don't know what this is, and I don't know what this is, but I do know this is 8. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to erase it all first. But imagine for a second that I'm starting right here and I go all the way across. That counts the full length of this 30. So this whole side is 30, and that includes this 8. That 8 is right there. And then the rest of the 30 on each side. So now I do have that 30. I have that 15. I have another 30. And of course, all the way across to the other side is another 15. Now, that being said, I'm going to erase this in here. That being said, I've got to recognize that I have to add this distance and this distance. I have to add those two 10s. So plus 10, plus 10. And now when I add all that up together, my perimeter is 110 millimeters. Outstanding. Pretty straightforward stuff. It's just a matter of looking, being logical, and figuring out how am I going to find these lengths. Moving right along. Another composite figure that has a semicircle in it, but different than what we're looking at. This time the circle goes in. It takes away from some figure instead of adding. But we still have this semicircular region right here that we got to find that distance. So what do we know? We know that this side is 15, and we know the opposite side is also 15. We need to find this, and all that we have to find that is this measurement here. What does that measurement there represent? Looks like it starts somewhere in space. That might be the center of the circle, and if it goes from the center to the edge, well, that's right. That's the radius. Well, how do I find the full length going all the way down? Huh. I double the radius? Oh, you guys are so smart. Wow. So that means it's 20. So that means this side over here is 20. So now I can add my 15 plus my 20 plus my 15. And that right there would give me 50. And then I need to find, again, this semicircular region using pi times diameter. And I only have half, so I'm going to divide by 2. And I have 3.14 times 20 divided by 2. We simplify before we use our calculator. And then we get 3.14 times 10, which is just 31.4. So I come over here and I add 31.4, and I get 81.4 feet as the perimeter to that figure. Hey, one last one. One last one. And of course, if I went too fast, by all means, back up, pause, look, watch, listen one more time, and then write it down. Okay? So one more time on this one is kind of like the one we had 2 times ago. If this side is 3, I know that side is 3, so I have 2 3s. And if this side is 4, what do I know about the total length of this side? Oh, that's right. It's also 4. And so what do I need to add? It says I have this 2. That means this right here and this right there probably add up to 2, right? But then I have to add this length here and this length here, and we know those are both 2. And so now we've got all the lengths around. Well, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we add those all together. We add them all together, and we get a total of 15. Okay? 3 plus 3. Oh, no, we don't. That's not 15. 3 plus 3 is 10 plus 8, that's 18. 18 yards around that figure. 18 yards. Outstanding. Wait a minute. Back up. Hello. I've got 3 and I have 3. 3 plus 3. I have 2 4s. Plus I have these 2s. So right here, I have 3 plus 3 plus 4, that's 10. Yep, I have 18. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I second guessed myself. But you know what? It's better to check. For a minute I thought I had too much. So that's absolutely correct. 18 yards. We're done with our video. So let's go right on to our last quick ride of the night. Find the perimeter of this composite figure. And once again, you do not need to make a precise drawing of that. You just need to get a rough sketch, label it, so you can find the perimeter of that composite figure. Again, when you're done finding that, please write down any questions that you have concerning perimeter of composite figures and continue to work a total of 45 minutes on your math tonight. So whatever you didn't do with notes and quick writes, you need to begin working on your assignment. And maybe by beginning your assignment, you'll come to class with some questions. Remember, aggressiveness and urgency. Attack your assignment. Don't sit there and just, oh, I wish I didn't have to do this. Get it done. Get it done. If you don't know it, move on and get something else done. Use your time effectively. Ladies and gentlemen, you rock. It is absolutely a pleasure and an honor to be a part of your educational career, and I look forward to your questions tomorrow.